I was 19 when I got to meet Julia Child for the first time, and it was a Q&A. It was a really cool environment, and someone asked a really complicated question, and she had such a simple answer. She said, if it tastes good, it's all well and fine to me. So even though something might not be authentic, if it tastes good, go for it. It's like what we learned with the Philly cheesesteak, CJ.
Well, yeah.
Make it the way you want. I know a lot of people like to make fun and tease in the comments that I elevate way too much or do stuff really nice. Actually, there's a new guy that said I didn't elevate enough. Well, I might disappoint on this episode because I'm going to show you guys a really fun, easy, simple staple that we love at our house. I'm going to show you guys a bacon ranch chicken chopped cheese. It's unbelievable, so good, so simple. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I said it in a weird accent. CJ's messing with me over there again. Let me show you guys how to do it. First things first, our Applewood thick cut bacon. I'm gonna take this thick cut bacon down. We're at about medium low heat. Essentially what we wanna do is create really crispy, stunning, gorgeous bacon, like breakfast bacon. And I like my bacon crispy. You ever seen the scale like 1 to 10? I'm like a 9.5. CJ's an 11.
Come on.
Today I'm using ground chicken. If you can't find it, ground beef works for this, but I feel like the chicken is just a different technique. We're gonna add that ground chicken right into our bacon fat. Now to that, I'm gonna add a bit of our cheesesteak seasoning and a bit of our Parmesan ranch. While that chicken is cooking, let's get to our sauce. Now this is very simple. We are gonna start with some ranch. I'm gonna add a bit of ketchup, mustard, and some sweet relish. Don't skimp on the cheese. Today I have a bit of Colby Jack, but you could use whatever kind of cheese that you want. We're gonna crunch our bacon into it. Now we went really extra crispy, so it will break nice and easy. Ooh, melty cheese, crispy onions. All right, now the last little bit of magic, a little bit of ranch right over the top. And my friends, we are in Flavortown. That's where we are. We made it. We made it. We've all made a steak. We've all made a great steak. We've all made a not so great steak. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves the question, why? Why was it good? Why was it bad? What did we do? And I feel like understanding the whole process, or at least some of the science behind it, don't get afraid. Some of the gastronomy makes sense to help us understand why things are happening. So today, I wanna give you guys a primer on steak. I want you to know the ins and outs of a gorgeous steak before you start cooking it. So this is a primer on how to get the perfect steak, but more importantly, why it's perfect. Cool?
Nerd alert.
Let's do it. I'm using bacon fat. That's gonna go on my griddle at super high heat. We need high heat to get Maillard reaction. I know you make fun of me for saying it all the time, but it's massively important when it comes to a really good steak. Get your griddle temperature hot, screaming hot on one side, and then off on the other side. The bacon fat will crisp and sear that skin, allowing the surface temperature to get really caramelized and gorgeous, creating that bark, that Maillard reaction that we love and see in steak. But it also gives the middle of the steak a chance to come up to 120 without overcooking when we bring it over to the cooler side of the grill. Bringing it up slowly gives that meat, the fat on the inside of a meat, a chance to come up slowly and get really juicy. I was rambling. Add some butter, some smashed garlic, some rosemary to add some flavor. Yeah. Continue with the rambling?
Continue.
Continue with the rambling. The basic rule of thumb is if it took you 10 minutes to cook, you need 5 minutes to rest. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Letting it rest is like this steak has been through some stuff. It's been through a triathlon. It's been through an event.
It's been a hard day.
It's had some action and it needs a chance to chill, maybe take a nap.
Take a load off.
Just take a nap to allow those fats, not juices, but the fats to hang out for a second and permeate through the steak, and what you're left with is perfection. There you go. We gotta taste this, of course.
Of course.
Obviously. Obviously. But I mean, you can see here, actually, check this out, CJ. Can you see the coast to coast fantasticness right there, right?
I can see it.
Very tiny gray band, lots of medium. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want in a really good steak.
Hey, penguin. Conditioner is
Stop
better.
looking at me, Swan.
Wrong show! The main reason I got into cooking in the first place was cooking for people. Like the feeding of people was what got me interested in cooking. And you may not believe it, by reading the comment section, I feel bad when CJ can't eat on my set. I do.
Do you?
I mean, not bad enough to not do the food I want to do. But today, I wanted to make an exception. Today we're doing fried chicken, buddy.
Yeah!
We're doing buttermilk fried chicken nugs with a hot honey mustard.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. So I've got some boneless, skinless chicken breasts. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these into decent size little chunks. Think like really elegant chicken nugget size. I don't know. Do you order chicken
homage to the
nuggets?
greatness.
You order chicken nuggets, don't you?
Of course I do.
All right, now I'm gonna keep one glove. Don't need the other. Now the reason we're using buttermilk is it's a lot richer than just standard milk. It's got a lot of acidity in it, which is really, really fantastic. We're gonna put, oh wait, before I do that, 2 eggs. 2 eggs real quick. This is going to be what's going to help our batter stick. Our flour. Chicken in. All right, let's take our tongs. We don't need our cutting board. Get rid of that. And we're going to give this a decent mix. Now let's talk about our dry. Essentially what we're doing is we're creating a breading, right? So let's get to our dry ingredients. I've got some all-purpose flour. We're going to start with garlic powder, smoked paprika, the gentleman's spice, and a little bit of chipotle for some heat. Now earlier I took an aluminum tray, my griddle at medium-high heat, added some vegetable oil, and I've got that up to 350, 375, somewhere in that range. We want to fry fast. If you ever had like really greasy fried chicken, usually it's because the oil was too cool or not hot enough. Double negative. So once we put one, that's what we're looking for. Immediate golden action. Yep, we're good. So let's go ahead and do these in batches. So what I'm gonna do is kind of repeat that same process, put all the chicken into the flour, give it a toss. Don't overcrowd your oil, otherwise you won't get nice, even, crunchy crispiness. Give that 4 or 5 minutes or until it's finished and we're there. All we gotta do is make our sauce. It's only 2 ingredients. A little, pardon me. Go to CJ Show for that. Grey Poupon and Mike's Hot Honey. That's it. If you haven't tried this Mike's Hot Honey, it's pretty hot, but it's also really, really delicious. It's loaded with flavor. I am a big, big fan. Add those 2 things to a bowl, mix them up. Bob's your uncle. That's a fantastic sauce.
Tears
in your eyes, I guess. It's a miracle. That's wrong.
No.
Wrong show. What I'm saying is these crispy little nugs of joy are way too easy not to try. And that hot honey mustard, it's like you're so used to it, but you didn't know how good it could be. Oh, with the dip.
Show me that
Oh,
sauce,
with the dip.
bro.
With the dip. Come on now. You hear the crunch?
Yeah.
Who says you have to wait until Tuesday for tacos, or if you missed any day is good taco day? In this video, I'm gonna show you guys a really quick and simple, easy go-to Bob's Your Uncle, ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3, all the thing. It's a quick and easy shrimp taco recipe. A good cook is only as valuable as his tools, and I use this tool quite a bit. My little Ninja, little blender, little food processor is definitely the way to go. The first thing you need is a very ripe avocado. You want it to be nice and soft. We want that creamy, beautiful texture. We're gonna throw that into our blender with a bit of sour cream, a decent amount of sour cream, maybe equal parts avocado and sour cream. I'm gonna take a little bit of chipotles in adobo. Now I want some of that beautiful gravy and some of that chipotle pepper for the heat and the color and the flavor. It's all fantastic. We're also gonna add a bit of lime juice to thin it out. Let's go ahead and add just a touch of our tequila lime seasoning. And if you want to, we can thin it out a little further with some beer. Use any kind of beer that you like, something nice and light. You wouldn't wanna use like a stout or anything like that, but a lager, pilsner, that's fine. Then we're gonna blend all of that up together until it's nice and smooth. What we're looking for is a creamy, smooth, drizzly-leable.
So it's
that's a word.
like a saucy guac. Is that what we're saying?
It's a saucy guac.
There you go.
That's right. All right, let's get to our other vegetables. So instead of using lettuce, which is typically what you guys find in a taco, using cabbage, or at least the shredded mix, gives us a different mouthfeel, gives us a crunch, it gives us texture, and that's what I'm looking for. Now to this I'm gonna add just a bit of lime juice, a touch of olive oil, and a bit more of that tequila lime seasoning, and give it a mix, and that's it. All right, throw all that in. Actually, I don't even know if you can see. Let me stir this again, CJ. You'll actually see how much of that liquid is already coming out of the tomatoes. Like, check that out.
Oh yeah, buddy.
We added some lime juice, some oil, but not that much.
I like the use.
That's the tomatoes. Time for shrimp. Essentially what you're looking for is to cook your shrimp really, really fast. Shrimp go into rubber territory kind of quick. Give that a quick little toss. Here we go. All right, now we're gonna go down into that oil. We're actually smoking, which is good. We wanna cook fast and furious with these little shrimps. And now it's time to start building the rest of these beauties. A little bit of slaw down at the bottom. All right, now let's grab some of our shrimp. Okay, now we're gonna take some of this. Look how beautiful this has gotten. Can you see that? Now, this sauce. Now this is just velvety. Beautiful. Do you see this? CJ,
I'm seeing.
That.
I'm seeing.
If only it had chicken.
If only it had chicken.
It can happen to the best of us, CJ. It can happen to anyone. The tragic burger rut.
Ah, the old
burger rut. So one place I feel like you can really shine in your burger game is in your sauces. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I like to do my smash burgers, but we're gonna do 3 different sauces that completely change the name of the game when it comes to your burger. So in this video, I'm gonna show you 3 sauces and 3 smash burgers, which means we all get to have one.
Finally.
I'm gonna take my yellow onion. It's gotta be sweet Vidalia onion because you want that that savory sweet play. I also have some green jalapeno peppers. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna slice those nice and thin. This is absolutely for personal, do it if you want. If you don't like the heat, then don't do it. Now the first sauce is really, really simple. It's just 3 ingredients. I'm gonna go with some mayo, some pickle juice. Now I'm using sweet pickle juice because I want some of that brighter sweet flavor to play off of my burger, and some smoked paprika. It's gonna be smoky, fantastic, absolutely delicious, and that's it. Very, very simple. Sauce number 2, just as easy, completely different ingredients, well, except for the first one. I'm gonna start with some mayo, then I'm gonna open a Chipotle's in adobo. I just want the adobo sauce. This is rich and smoky and really, really fantastic. I'm gonna add some lime juice to bring out some of that tart, gorgeous flavor, and a bit of cilantro. Now, very, very simple, but completely different flavor profile. Now, our third is a bit nicer, maybe a bit more delicate, something for the aficionado like CJ.
Well, okay.
So this one starts with mayo, the same, but I'm gonna do some sun-dried tomato spread. You definitely want the spread because it mixes more evenly. I'm gonna add some lemon juice and a bit of garlic powder. All these together kind of makes for a more refined sauce. There you go, 3 very, very simple sauces. Now let's get to our ground beef. Now today I am using 80/20. You hear us say that all the time. You can actually look at the label in your grocery store, see where it says 80/20. What it means is it's 80% lean, 20% fat. If you go further like 70/30, that's fine. 60/40, you're just talking about sausage. 90/10, it's just too dry. You don't want that. So 80/20, form those into little meatballs. I'm doing 3-4 ounces or so. And we're gonna go down onto a screaming hot griddle. Now this part is key. You want that griddle set to stun. Make sure our balls look nice and beautiful. Add a bit of essential blend. If you're gonna use the onions, go ahead and throw those on top. If you're gonna use the onions and the jalapenos, you also throw those on top and give it a smash, nice and paper thin. So those meatballs become smash burgers, and that's what we're looking for. Now cheese is totally up to you. Today I have some Colby Jack, I've got Pepper Jack, I've got American. You can kind of pair your cheese to your sauce if you really want to go to the next level. But once we get that beautiful Maillard reaction, we're gonna flip. The onions will steam up from the bottom, creating a gorgeous, stunning flavor. Add our cheese, whatever cheese that you like on top. And I'm using Martin's potato rolls. I like a soft potato roll for a smash burger. I just think it makes the whole thing tie together really, really well. Let those ride on top and kind of steam and warm up just a little bit, and that's it. That's how simple smash burgers are. Now let's go ahead and start plating. Our first burger, let's do our first sauce. Just add whatever sauce that you like. Essentially what we're looking for is to get out of the burger rut, change the game, change the flavors, have more fun, and don't just make all the same old thing. In the same amount of time, we made 3 completely different burgers, but they're all equally fantastic depending on what you like. That's it. That's all the talking I got, CJ.
The burger rut, it's a real situation.
That's a lot of talking.
Take care of it.
It's a lot of talking.
Thank you. Thank you for taking care of the burger rut.
Now let's put this burger where my mouth is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button, clip it or click it, the subscribe button down below. Click the little bell icon. That'll give you a notification every time we post a video. Watch all the other shows, do all the things. Go to blackstoneproducts.com, griddlenation.com for some fun, cool swag. This is Cook, Eat, Repeat, where we help you become a better cook one recipe at a time. I'm your host, Chef Nathan Lippy, and I will see you guys next time.